In a quiet, gated community where every home looked like a small castle, lived 8-year-old Ethan Monroe, the only son of tech millionaire William Monroe. And in that same house worked Zariah Bennett, a 29-year-old black maid with a soft voice, a gentle heart, and a past filled with hardship. Hired through an agency, Zariah was treated with polite distance. She could clean, cook, and babysit, but she was never truly seen. To most people in the mansion, she was invisible, but not to Ethan. Ethan adored her. Her lullabies soothed his nightmares. Her laughter filled the silence that echoed after his mother's passing. To him, Zariah wasn't the maid. She was home. Then came the day everything changed. The day Zariah did the unthinkable. It was a Wednesday. Rain fell like shattered glass against the windows. William Monroe was in a virtual meeting, barking orders at board members from his sleek home office. Zariah had just finished folding laundry when she heard it, a sound that chilled her bones. Ethan was gasping. She rushed upstairs and found him curled on the floor, clutching his chest. His face was pale, his breathing sharp, rapid, terrifying. "Mr. Monroe," she screamed, but he didn't hear. Locked in his soundproof room, lost in his world of numbers. She called 911, busy line, tried again. Still nothing. Zariah looked at Ethan's shaking body, then turned toward the garage, the Ferrari, William's pride and joy. Polished daily, never touched by anyone but him. She didn't think twice. With trembling hands, she grabbed the keys from the counter and ran through the rain, barefoot, heart pounding. She lifted Ethan into the passenger seat, strapped him in, and hit the ignition. The engine roared. Neighbors stared. Phones went up. Whispers began. "Is that the maid? She just stole that car." But Zariah didn't stop. She drove like her soul was on fire. The roads were slick, and her knuckles white on the steering wheel. "Stay with me, baby," she whispered, glancing at Ethan as his eyes fluttered. "You're gonna be okay." The hospital was 12 minutes away. She made it in 6. She screamed for help. Nurses rushed in, and Ethan was taken into emergency care. Zariah collapsed into a plastic chair, soaked in rain and panic. Minutes felt like hours. Then the doctor came out. "You got him here just in time," he said. "Severe asthma attack. If you'd been even 5 minutes later." He didn't need to finish. Zariah burst into tears of relief. But her relief didn't last long, because, as she turned around, 2 police officers were walking through the door. Back at the mansion, William Monroe had just stepped out of his office when he noticed the missing car. His phone buzzed. Security alerts, neighbor messages, and a news clip already circulating online. Black Maid steals millionaire's Ferrari, caught on camera speeding through suburb. William was furious. By the time he reached the hospital, police were surrounding Zariah. She didn't resist. She stood tall, soaked in guilt and fear, whispering, "I had to save him." That's when William appeared. The police turned to him. "This your vehicle, sir?" He looked from the Ferrari to Zariah, then to the hospital bed where his son now slept peacefully with oxygen tubes. And in a voice steadier than anyone expected, he said, "She didn't steal anything. She saved my son." The officers paused. "Are you sure, sir?" "She didn't have permission." "I'm sure," he repeated. "She's not a criminal. She's a hero." The next day, everything changed. William Monroe called a press conference outside his mansion. News vans lined the street. Reporters expected anger, maybe legal action. But William stepped to the mic with Zariah beside him and said, "This woman risked everything to save my son. While I was busy chasing profits, she was protecting what truly mattered. The world may have called her just a maid, but to us, she's family. He handed her a folder. Inside it, full legal ownership of the Ferrari. The crowd gasped. Zariah's eyes widened. "Sir, I can't. I never expected." "I know," he said. "That's why you deserve it." But that wasn't all. He also announced a full scholarship fund for Zariah to follow her dream of becoming a nurse, and hired her permanently as Ethan's caregiver, mentor, and godmother. Ethan, clinging to her leg, just smiled. Sometimes the world judges people by their titles, their uniforms, or the color of their skin. But in the end, it's the size of their heart that tells the real story. Zariah didn't wait for permission to do the right thing. She became the permission, and in doing so, she saved a life and forever changed her own. What are your thoughts on this story? Comment and subscribe Lifeline.